Alright, hey guys, me again with another YouTube video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Barrett M107 Sniper Rifle Mark II. This is the redesigned version. Personally, it looks a lot better than my original version. There was a few certain things that I needed to go through and change to get the authenticity of the model down much more. So today we're going to be taking a look at the revised version. This is the version 3 and whatnot. So this was a decently easy thing to go through and modify. It wasn't too bad, and it came out looking great. So right off the bat, the first thing that you might notice is that I did change the color of the model as a whole. Now it is a bright orange. I just kind of prefer the brighter colors. It looks really good for some reason. I don't personally know why, but it just does. And we're going to start with the butt pad, and we're going to work our way forward up into the barrel and muzzle. So here in the butt pad, nothing has really changed aside from, oh god, sorry about that, from this black part up here. This is your new cheek rest. It's a rubber material now. It's also got the slight curve or arc to it, as you can see from this angle, essentially. So it's going to feel really nice and comfortable up against your cheek. I did some more shaping on the side here. If you hear talking in the background, that is the Xbox Live Party. I must apologize for that. Oh god. But yeah, this is a nice curve for your shoulder. It's going to sit nice into your shoulder. As you can see, it is a total of 10 studs wide at most, which is actually a lot. 4, 6, 8 studs wide at most? 8 studs wide at most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8. Yeah, I'm sorry, not 10. It's 8 studs wide at most, which is a huge gun, but it looks really nice, so I'm proud of myself. It's still got these shapes to it so that it has the authenticity of looking like an M107. It's got the ergonomic pistol grip, of course. I had to go through and redesign a little bit of this to get the fire selector up there. So, of course, just your semi-auto and then your safety over to the side. I had to go through and modify that to get that in there. I also have the trigger right here. It is the working trigger, of course. It's still got the rubber band area in it. It's one of my older designs. It has to actually go up into the upper receiver a little bit, so I might have to switch it out for one of my newer ones that kind of makes that really small now and just saves space overall. As for what I did to the magazine well, I made the magazine 4 studs wide instead of the normal 2. 4 studs wide just makes it look a lot better, like it's an actual 50 caliber type magazine. Because if you've ever seen a real M107's magazine, it's a huge magazine. It's almost as big as my hand, and my hand's a pretty decent size. Which means I needed to expand the entire mag well out to 6 studs instead of the normal 4. I also added a working magazine release, which is it's a decently easy feat to do. It does lock into the magazine. You do have to rock the magazine in like a real M107, and it does add to the realism and the functionality and the playability with this. Of course, we have our working bolt here. This is a 4 stud wide bolt at most. It thins down to about 2 up here on this top slope part. And then this right here does work like your actual charging handle, where you can pull it down this way, pull it back, and then when you let it go and it snaps forward, it's probably going to whiz around a little bit, but I guarantee it will stop somewhere right in here. This bolt does slide all the way back until it gets stopped by the charging handle here, so that's quite a distance. It's a long ways to go, and that's going to require a good amount of rubber bands to get at to snap back forward. As you can see, I did switch the optic up on top here. Now we have a Brandon custom Lego design scope up here. Alan's custom Lego. Yeah. So his scope is mounted up here. It's got the kind of like a pink purplish crosshairs in it. It looks like this when you're aiming down the sights. It's a really nice design. I love his designs. They're probably some of the best scopes and sights that I've ever seen, ever built. This one is modified a little bit. I did extend out the front part here by, I think it was 4 studs. I expanded it out, which is actually quite a bit. but it just fits the overall like big theme going on with the M107. It's a huge rifle. I figured a higher powered scope, which would mean this part would be a little bit longer. Maybe this one too, I don't know, would just make it look better overall. And then I left off the rangefinder on this model because I kind of like the sleeker look to this one. Now then, if you guys remember my original M107 video, this is still the only LEGO M107 on YouTube with the recoiling barrel feature. Basically what that means is, give me 1 second, the pop-up just popped up on my desktop. Viruses go away. Basically what happens is you push on your end of your muzzle here, and the entire piece on the inside here is going to push back into your bolt here, and it's going to make your bolt move back as well using this rod right here going across these two vent holes. And it's just another part of the realism, because the real M107 has this barrel recoil feature to reduce the severity of the recoil coming into your shooter's shoulder. So that's a really nice thing going on right there. The upper rail here is of course 3 wide. It's 4 wide on top, and then I added the 3 for the rail systems itself. You got your scope mounted up on those. You got the bottom rail down here. I was debating on putting a bipod there, but I decided against it because I could just never get bipods to look right. So I went for just a kind of like a plain look, and it looks really nice. So I can't be any more happy with it. As for the muzzle, it did get a redesign. I redesigned it so that it looks much better, looks much more like the real thing, and then I did a 2-tone color to it. So this one is black. As you can see, the vent holes are slanted a little bit to redirect your blast out into the side. So when it's coming out the muzzle, it's going to go this direction and this direction. That's why the safest place to be while someone is shooting this is directly behind the shooter, because the blast coming out of this muzzle can actually rupture eardrums, and it's not exactly the most pleasant thing in the world to go through. And this muzzle looks much better than my previous one, and I'm much happier with this one than the other ones. And as you can see, it's open on the end here, so it almost simulates the bullet leaving that muzzle brake. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more of this weapon, don't go to my website. Well, yes, but at the same time, watch the rest of this video. My friend did throw a time-lapse together for the version 2 of this, which did not have the updated muzzle brake, but it still looks really nice. So we will be putting that video at the end of this video instead of doing 2 separate videos. I don't know if this is going to stay or not, but as of right now, it is a pretty good idea, and it might stay. I don't know. It just depends on how long it takes to edit that type of stuff in together. It should take all of 2 seconds. You should just be able to splice it right over and put a transition between the two, but I don't know so far. So if you guys want to see more of this model actually building itself, essentially, just stick around until the end of the video, watch it through. I promise you, my friend has put music on it, and it sounds much better than the normal ones that I do that are completely silent and are boring. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, just go ahead and check that out there. In the meantime, that's pretty much it for this video, which means I'm going to go play Destiny with all of my friends, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.